Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Final Fantasy XVI. Last time we left off, we helped, Martha, wasn't it? I'm sorry, keeping all these side quests straight is proving to be a task. So, I'm gonna try to have a longer episode today, because I actually have the time, so we can kind of try to bang through some of these side quests that we got. You know what I actually will do? I think when I accept this before I go out again, I think I will visit the infirmary here. Just so we can, have a little bit of main story stuff, because, we're a little bit starved for it now, and plus that'll advance things so I can, you know, go out and take care of things. It's always so hard to balance side questing stuff with main quest stuff. It's a pain. But these, I think, are, you know, you want to do them as soon as you get them. I don't know if they disappear, but they might.
Ah, Sid! Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Here you go.
Good, thankfully. Here.
Ah, that's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit 'em to the smelter right away!
Cool, cool, cool. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Boom. So, you're gonna be upgrading my potions, right?
I present to you the Telemon Furnace! Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid! And I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded!
It's fine, really. My bag's, flexible enough already.
Oh, don't say that. I'm sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
Yeah.
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it.
Clive's comment about you could just give me a bigger bag makes me think about, like, what would you do if the main character just carried around a giant sack like Santa Claus filled with potions? Like, what do you do to that?
It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it, I promise.
Cool. So our potions, our potions are more effective, and now we have extra capacity for our potions. So this should be the max too.
So, what do you reckon?
It's actually quite ingenious. Thank you, Owine.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Alright. There we are. So, 4800 XP, that's enough for a level up, it looks like. Thank you, thank you. Level 43. I'm guessing level 50 is the max level. Judging by Svarog being the hardest thing we fought so far, and they were level 50, so... Inventory maximized. Now I can carry the maximum amount of potions. Cool, I can carry 8 potions, yep, all that. With 2 Ds, I see. Alright, so now we head over here and look at the infirmary, because I do want to check that out before we leave. And then it looks like we have 2 side quests left. And then it's main story time. And then it's main story time. So, let's go check out what's going on here in the infirmary. It's been a hot minute since we've had some main story progress. So.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
Yeah. You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Yeah, how's old Dion doing? You know, last time we saw you were very, very not feeling well over here. Weren't doing the greatest, old Dion, old pal. Oh, paper lanterns.
What is this place?
Don't move.
I swear, this kid gets so much play. This is basically, you're basically a main character at this point, kid.
Here, it's fresh from the well. Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand, then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me.
I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Can you come hang out with us, Dion? I need a new party member. Preferably a cool dragon one.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
Yeah. Well, you're a dragon and a dragoon. You're both. That's extra cool.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
I'm trying, Tarja. I'm trying as hard as I can, okay? Oh god, new hunt. I think we just got more side quests. Okay, well at least this will maybe allow me to get a better weapon. Hey Nectar. How are ya? Did I ever tell you about the time I journeyed through southern Ash, Kupo?
Through Orcish lands.
Well, technically they're dead lands now, but the orcs don't seem to mind. They found a way to survive without mother crystals, just like we have, Kupo. Though it involves a good deal more cannibalism than here at the hideaway. Oh god. At least I think it does. You don't know what happen to know what Molly puts in her brown, do you, Kupo? Are you doubting Molly? Alright, so the Tricephalic Terror. Caravan of traders traversing the Velcroy told me of a colossal beast they encountered on their journey. To hear them tell it, it had the aspect of a dragon, a lion, and a scorpion all at once. I contested that it might be naught but a mirage, a phantasm brought by the desert heat. But the sweat which ran down their brows was cold, and the fear in their eyes real. So, that's a chimera. Okay. We'll worry about that in a second, I think. Let's go talk to Vivian.
Say it all you like. It doesn't make it true. Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
Don't be a
As
smartass.
soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood?
Crystal. Alright, time for a history lesson.
Barnabas Tham, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped. And Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore. You see, Clive, you had the answer all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall.
Damn.
I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Alright, so new quest is available nearby. Okay, we're getting more new quests. Yeah. So I gotta go visit the shelves next. So let's go in here and just see what this quest is all about. Might as well accept it at the very least.
Please, Your Grace, stay strong.
Yote!
My Lord Marquis.
Oh, yeah, we haven't actually talked to you before, have we?
Your companions are kind indeed.
Everyone has been most welcoming. Lady Tarja has been especially gracious, though I know nothing of the medicinal arts. It is hardly enough to warrant the acclaim of one so skillful.
I must admit.
At first, I doubted that her praise was sincere. We Undying are trained in what few simple skills might serve us in the field, but there is certainly no praise for those who excel in such endeavors.
I see now.
That this is your way. You encourage each other, that they might lend their strength to the cause, no matter how seemingly slight their contribution.
It was the greatest honor of my life.
To be appointed protector to his grace. I have served him in that capacity since he first began his journey across Valisthea, the purpose of which was twofold: to further the Undying's knowledge of Ultima, and to further his grace's knowledge of you, my lord. After he learned of your survival, your brother insisted that we try to trace your movements. Thanks to the investigations of my fellow acolytes, we learned of your having taken the name of Cid.
But now?
Our journey together is at an end. His grace bids me remain here, and protect those you and he hold dear.
So I bid you.
My lord, if I might be so bold, please, look after him in my stead. Sure.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But his grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
Of course I will.
For Joshua. Anything.
Also, I get to interact with Yote more, and Yote's cool, so...
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it? The Stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood?
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord. Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
Alright, so... I can't help but hear that plant as... I know it's Stonerwort, but I can't help but hear it as Stonerwort. So... that's funny. But, yeah, so... let's go visit the shelves. Just because I want to see a little bit more of that really quickly. This will also give me the opportunity to go check out my missives and stuff over there. I also need to buy some more potions, I think. So talking to Karen might not be the worst idea ever.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Clive. If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
I am gonna buy some. Just give me a sec. Boom.
It'd better all be here.
Boom.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I know.
I'll find a better price than that.
Don't you worry. Let's just not tell Karen that I have like nearly 300,000 gil sitting in my pocket that I don't know what to do with. Alright, so... how many of these items do we have now? I mean, pretty good amounts, but nowhere near all of them. My god, where are we going to be getting the rest of these things? We're still missing so many. And it feels like we're approaching the end of the game. Unless a lot of these future quests give me a ton. Clive. There's but one crystal left needs cracking and one man to do it. See that you don't miss. Whoop. Thanks again for helping me get the dungeon in order. Had you not rode gallantly to our rescue, I reckon poor Owen and Lot would still be stuck still in Blightwater over at Bonner. There's always room for improvement though, so don't get your knickers in a knot should I come a knocking at your chamber door looking for more spears and ash and whatnot. I love mid. What happened in Eastpool with the Bears and the Guardians has been a long time coming, and I'm proud that it could finally happen here in Rosaria. Duchy of old may be no more, but Archduke Elwin's dream still burns in the hearts of many. It's through victories such as these that fire will spread. It's only the beginning, Clive, but a fine beginning it is. Alright, so there's that done. So we've updated on those things. Now we can just go over here. We never have finished all of Tomes' stuff, but at this point it just feels like we should just move ahead with the story. We could probably get a little bit of information out of some things, and I might still read all the bestiary entries at some point, but a lot of it just feels redundant.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
Well, then that changes everything.
Or it's just like an obsessive amount of flavor text for the world, basically. Like all of the different events that happened and things like that.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
Alright, let's move.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she didn't. She said I could.
Okay, kids, calm down. You'll get to use the ship when I'm done killing a crazy, war-obsessed, Ultima-seduced warlord.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, Do you know of any?
Bet your ass I do.
Rude to Gav.
Still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Alright. Now I think's my opportunity to go finish the side questing.
I want a word before you go. Of course.
So I imagine if I talk to Otto, that's it. Because, yeah. So I'll hold off on talking to Otto. We'll speak with Otto when we're actually good and ready. So, yeah. Let's go wrap up some of these side quests, right? So we can go over here to Eastern Rosaria and get ourselves some stoner wort. Okay, I was about to say, I'm definitely gonna have to fight something, right? I don't suppose I can just pick the shit up. Yep.
There's only one thing for it.
Okay. No. You are not going to be doing that. And boom, 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 boom. I am starting to wonder if even these fights are something that really need to be seen at this point, but, anytime I fight, like, a battle like this, I think it needs to be seen. If it's a bunch of just generic enemies, like, if it was just goblins, I would consider maybe not showing it, but since it's a Gigas as well, I will show it. So, there we go. Uh-huh. This. Ooh, was almost late there. But now we managed to get it. Okay, quite tanky. Go ahead and pop all of these things. Very, very cute. Bang. It's not actually knocking you down. That will, though. And punch. Bye-bye. Big DiMaggio. Alright, so get my stoner wart. And then we can go grab the rest of the items that, or rest of the quests that we need.
Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive.
Good, good, good. Alright. There is that one done.
Do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
Before that, Clive, we have other things we need to do out here, so let's go to Tabor and see what this quest is all about, but only 2 more, so there's a chance we finish all the side quests this episode and we can actually move forward with the main story next time, because it's been a minute. It's been a minute, it has. It has definitely been a minute.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Ah, you.
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little unless, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Sure.
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
I hope they're okay.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
Alrighty. Duty Undying. So there's another one. Hopefully the Undying at that particular location are fine. A little bit worried. So we gotta go to Dravozd, and then we can head over there. This appears to be it.
Thanks, girl.
Actually, you said go through Titan's Wake. Oh, yeah. I saw this when I was looking at it on the map, but I was like, oh, it'll probably open when we get there. No, that's... Yeah, I didn't see that that way was... I should have just paid... Well, I paid attention to what you said, but I didn't actually look on the map. I was like, oh, I know better. I know exactly where I need to go. So, yeah, we gotta go this way. That was my bad.
Let's go.
My bad, my bad. So, this way is the way we need to go. Because, yeah, it said it was barricaded, so... This is actually new stuff, so I will show this. Because we have never been to this area before. That one bouncy we need to do specifically says it's in the Velcroy. So I am probably going to have to go there and take care of that sometime soon. Okay. What all is going on here? There's what appears to be probably a area where we're going to be fighting a bounty. There. Let's just go take a peek in here really quickly. Anything of note? Just some goblin muggers. And some steel silk, which I have way too much of. Not even anything up here. Might also be like an aerate stone over here or something like that. Possibly. So... over here is another area. Oh, wait, no, Titan's Awake back here. I mean, like I said, there's probably nothing here, but I feel the need to check it anyway. I do. I feel the need to check it anyway. So, what do we got going on in here, friends? Nothing? Oh no, there is a treasure. Okay. Well, I'll take all of you out really quickly for the treasure. Alright, there's those enemies down. I know I said I would show all fights with like big dorks like that, but this wasn't even for an actual quest. This is apparently just for this treasure, so... Ring of the Demolitionist. What does that do? We don't usually get items from dead ends in this game, so this is quite refreshing, actually. Increases magic burst damage by 15%. I mean, that is pretty good. I do use magic burst a fair bit, but I don't know if that's going to be that useful. I think I would rather have the temporarily increased attack proficiency thing. I'm so used to using it at this point that it's hard to give up. So, let's go over here and actually follow up on this, I believe. Like I said, hopefully I have enough time to actually take care of everything that I want to take care of today. Because I would like to do that bounty too. If I can do that and finish up all these side quests, that would be phenomenal. That way, next episode will be straight story progress. which I'll be very, very happy with. Okay, and we have a fast travel point over here even. Good, 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 good. That'll make my life easier for when we need to come back. Possibly at some point. Alright, Kratov.
Straight home now.
Uh-huh. Boom. Stray home now. Where exactly does Ambrosia live? You can't swim across the water to live with me. Okay, it's as I feared.
Oh no. You'll pay for this.
Alrighty. Hi. Lady enemies. I mean, this is just too good of an ability not to just use constantly. It is honestly probably the strongest of like the ultimate abilities that I've ran into so far. So yeah. I think a close second's probably Judgment Bolt, but that one's mostly just damage and it's less AoE. Whereas this one's just massive AoE. And damage. So I mean, it straight up, like, breaks things immediately when I use it, most of the big enemies. Which is just craziness. Just absolute craziness. Alright, so, is there an actual survivor? Nope, that's just a big spooky enemy I'm gonna be fighting in just a second, I believe. Blizzard still is on cooldown, so we're gonna rely on pile drive here.
Whatever that thing is, I say it's their leader.
Hello? That was a cool parry! Oh my god, that was a cool parry. Alright, that's fine. Okay. No, you don't. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit you with a wind-up. Let's go ahead and hit you with a Giga Flare. And, we can get ready. Whoops, I chose the wrong things. That's fine. We have this ready for you. Oh. I was getting all of my abilities mixed up there. That's what I mean. Like, look at that. And plus you can do that too. Oh, snap. Yep. And bang. That was probably better to wait to use, but I should also use this more because it does quite a bit of stamina damage actually. And this might kill. It will. Bye-bye, Fool's Gold. Alright, not too bad of a fight. Just had to go over here and beat up some Fallen. Coming kind of a pro at that. Yeah, probably woke up something they weren't supposed to.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray,
Take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
I saw another treasure there it is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a rough thing to have your friends die for. But they seem like they are basically trained from birth to be willing to lay down their lives for kind of whatever. And everything. So it makes sense. They've been trained this way. They don't really see anything wrong with it, even if it is definitely wrong. But, I mean, they were trained to be, like, very rational soldiers dedicated to the nobility, so... This is what happens, Clive.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided, had the others not chosen to complete their work, instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Well, they are not going to be having a good time. Now, a bit of an ironic name for them to choose, given that they just threw their lives away for something that could have been very, very much avoided. If you're so undying, why'd you die, idiots? Reduces Ice Age cooldown, yay. Of course, they're not called the Undying because they're undying. They're called the Undying because they serve the Phoenix. But it's just an ironic name. And I wanted to make a dumb, stupid joke. Alright, so let's go to Baklad. Let's see if we can wrap this up. Oof, I don't, unless this quest is very quick, I don't know if we're gonna have time to do that bounty today. This has gotta be a quickin'. This has gotta be a quickie, Theo, come on.
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
Oh god. He said it's a quick favor, that scares me.
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
That's relatively simple. The fact that I'm getting $1,500 dues from this kind of scares me, though. Gotta be honest, Theo. Gotta be honest. Especially since L is, like, right here. Something's gonna pop off.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El? What's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
We've been outbid, brother.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best.
I will try, Theo. Alright, so...
Alright. To Randalar, then.
To Randalar.
He's waiting.
Yeah. Eloise does not seem like she would be happy. And being kept waiting, so... it's just down there, huh? Hey, El. I'm here. How we doing? How we doing?
I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the Consortium?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about the bearers you recently purchased from the Fist. We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves. And then you stepped into the fray.
You misunderstand.
Doesn't that look like Fultan? I swear.
Consortium had an interest in purchasing them from the very
Maybe I'm getting it confused with a different character, but I swear there's a character that's had that same face model before.
It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. But your hesitancy in accepting our offer to you suggested that the regard was not mutual. And so we resumed our business.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without first giving them due consideration. But what is done is done. Come then. How much do you want for them?
Alas, you are too late yet again. We rarely take on such unconventional merchandise without a purchaser in mind. The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow, if it's any consolation. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed, even given their own bunks for the voyage over. That's what you get when you deal with continental types.
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the continent is quite different to ours. They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard, and treat them like kings. But as long as they pay...
That does sound unusual. No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. Allow me to withdraw my interest. And with it, my interest in joining your organization.
My associates will be sorry to hear that.
I was really thinking we were about to fight those armed people behind you. I thought that was somehow going to erupt into a battle. But evidently not. So...
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only have myself to blame. He was right, you see. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those bearers before I did. Their representative hinted at a possible purchase when he came to recruit me. I feigned interest in joining them in the hope he might be encouraged to tell me more. And he did just that. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to Randalar.
So you never...
No. I entertained the Consortium's proposal solely so I could learn more about those bearers. But I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out. I knew exactly who I was dealing with.
You tried.
I did. And if what he said was true, the bearers are to be well treated. Which is something, at least. But they deserved more. I wanted so badly to see them freed.
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head.
Oh, what?
Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against them. They need help, and fast.
A dragon?
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just... make sure he's safe.
Okay, a dragon is not what I expected to be fighting.
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming.
Okay, my god. Hello, friends. I'm here to help. You need a place to live.
All clear this end.
Okay. A dragon. Dragon is just not what I expected. You know, I thought maybe like a griffin or something like that, but it's not often we see a dragon in a side quest.
Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the village, but the whole area is flooded with ether.
We just have to pray he makes it out in one piece.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me.
I mean, we've done a bounty for a dragon, but that's a bit different than a side quest, so...
Not here.
Not here. Aha, this place. I think I remember coming down here and saying that there's probably going to be a, you know, a bounty or a boss fight here, didn't I? Alright. Theodore, I'm coming to save you. Please hold on. I mean, you being a normal person fighting a dragon in an ether flood. I mean, I also imagine it's an Akashic dragon. Oh yeah, look, it's ethered the hell up over there. It's not looking too great. It's not. Oh yeah, a whole lot of ether over there. they're in a right pickle. Oh my god, there's also a billion creatures. Hi.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
These creatures have already turned.
That's a lot. We need to just clear out the chaff here. There we go. Uh-huh. God, that's just such an amazing skill for dealing with rando enemies like this. Alright, now here's the Dagron, right?
I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does.
Or the dragon finds us. That's a dragon. Hi. Herrensiege.
This isn't going to be easy.
Okay, that actually hurt a lot. I was gonna say it's gonna be easier than Svalrog, but maybe I'm the fool. It is quite a few levels lower. I was trying to block to hit you with that. Alright. I mean, you are still a dragon, so you do hurt a fair bit. That is something to watch out for. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's wind up. This is what I want. Impulse. Go ahead and hit you with this. There we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit you with the Diamond Dust. That'll build things up very, very quickly. You know, this is a dragon. I'm gonna go ahead and pop one. So give me a strength and a stone skin. Alright. Let's go ahead and make sure we hit this before the extra damage runs out. Gods, that is a lot of HP. Uh-huh. Oh, here it comes. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these. Mm-hmm. Whoop. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the Rathian attack it is. Okay. Uh-huh. Boom, boom, boom. No. Can you stop doing your Godzilla lasers, please? Okay, we have quite a few. I really thought I was gonna hit you with that. Apparently I did not. Ooh, I cannot see shit, Captain. Alright. Impulse. Go ahead and pop this. Okay, I think you're going down here. There we go. Go ahead and just pop the Shiva. Then we'll be popping the Wind Up. Boom. Then we'll be popping the Giga Flare. And I think that's game. Yeah, it should be. Okay, you still hit hard for a level 36. Shows how much the levels matter. Ugh. Hurt. Pain.
Clive? Theodore, you had me worried for...
Oh.
We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that.
Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore!
Well, that is sad.
Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Oof. The classic zombie apocalypse problem. You know, it always shows up and it's still sad every time. Damn. Well, that brings. I do wonder. Was Theo still able? Did Theo still retain a little bit of his humanity because he had just turned, or can all Akashic that we have fought so far, if they have strong enough emotions, come to the surface? Can they also remember and make choices like that? It's always the question, isn't it? Do they always have that ability, or is it just because he had just turned?
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life? He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer. In more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to...
Woof. Okay. Gods damn, that was a lot more depressing of a quest than these mostly end up as. Usually they don't quite end happy, but it at least ends kind of neutral with a, well, you know, things are as good as they can be in the current situation. Like the stuff with Lubor, and like the stuff with Eastpool, like the stuff with Martha, like the stuff with Blackthorn. But this one is like, oh no, it ends horribly. This is shit. Damn.
I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces just like we always have, and to Theo's, wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen, the life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then, for Theodore.
Am I gonna get the sign, just like I did for Martha's Rest, to put up in my room? Hey, 2005, good year, good year. This is Scarlet Cyclone. Yep, there it is, the Crimson Caravan signboard. Hey, wait, it's an oval in the picture, but it's square there. I guess you just made me a new one. Alright, well, I think we're going to be ending this episode off there, because it's an hour and 20 minutes, and I am very, very tired. But that was a depressing but good note to end on, so hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more.